Unity. Am I right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'll be here all night. I'll always be just me. Hey guys, just let you know I have new merch now. And you can also donate to me if you want to. Again, all these links are in the description. Okay, enjoy the video. Okay, I know it's been a while since my last traditional game dev video, but I actually have some updates on my game, so let's talk about them. So, I finally came up with a name for my cube game. Y'all will never guess what it is. What, you thought I would just flat out just show y'all the full name of the game? Yeah, the main reason why I'm not showing off the name of the game, because I don't want no one to see the name, trademark it, and make this game better. So, I'm going to wait until I feel confident the game is about to be done, then I'll show off the logo. Fine, I'll show a little bit of it, but this is all you get. It's still an early logo, so I might update it later. Speaking of something that needs updating, every time I hit play on the game, the logo I made for the game mysteriously disappears.
You what?
Now, it could probably be because the way I import the logo into Unity, or it could just be like last time when I just didn't hit a button and then it mysteriously worked.
You stupid.
I have no idea why I did make this logo in Photoshop or something, so if anyone have any advice to help me to get this working, please let me know. I'll gladly appreciate it, but we can worry about that later. Also, I ran into the same problem using Unity's audio source, because I try to have multiple different audios playing, but only one really plays. But then I remember that one tutorial I used for the super lightning fast round. So I used that tutorial again, and then I got everything working for the cube game. Okay, in one of my past game dev videos, I brought up I was doing 3D modeling in Blender. So maybe I should show y'all what I've been working on.
That's it? That's all there is?
What? I said I was working on 3D modeling in Blender. I never said I was, the best at it. But at least I made these cool looking spikes in Unity. And I know some people may wonder, wait, all the above, those don't look like the spikes from the Sonic the Hedgehog? Shh. People don't need to know, just don't worry about it. So after being inspired by some game franchise, after doing a little bit more coding, I decided to test it. And it works! A little bit, too well. I can never get things right on the first try now, can I? With all this stuff happening, it kind of reminds me of Super Mario Maker Unity. Wait, hold on. You don't know what Super Mario Maker Unity is? It's a little game I made. It currently have this amount of downloads on this platform I can't truly pronounce right. So download this game now, gamers, so I can be the best game developer on this platform. But anywho, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, my game. More specifically, the Skybox. Now if you watch my previous game dev videos, you will know that my cube game early on had the default Unity Skybox, and I wanted to change it. So I watched this tutorial by this person. For the most part, it's usually 3 main ways you can change your Skybox in Unity. But I decided to go with the second option, Panoramic, because it's not that hard, but not that easy either.
It's on my X.
But I still couldn't get it working. But just like my first game dev video, all I forgot to do was just turn on the option. Hopefully in the future nobody glitched out my game and see that the Skybox isn't really, at its best. Hopefully no one glitched out my game. But I actually got some sprites and textures for my characters and backgrounds. Now, some was made by the community, and some was made by the team at Unity, of course. But what I'm trying to say is my game doesn't look like a gray, blandish mess no more, so that's a cool thing right now. Okay guys, I have literally one more thing to show you. You will never guess what I'm doing. Yup, multiplayer. Well, I did dabble on the multiplayer feature a little bit. Eventually in the future, what I want to do is have like a split screen multiplayer battle mode where you fight each other, or have some level that requires 2 people to finish the level. You know, something like that. I'm still thinking of ideas, so not everything is set in stone. Speaking of something that isn't truly set in stone, split screen. I'll try to work on that later, only reason because the last time I tried to work on multiplayer, I almost quit. So I'm going to put some of those ideas on pause right now. Speaking of something to have the pause menu, let's talk about my duck game. As I just alluded to, I made a pause menu. Now shout out to Bracky's tutorial on how to make a pause menu. I really do miss this man. But anywho, I kinda wanted to mimic the pause menu of Super Mario 64, but I partially got it working. Speaking of something I got working, I actually got a scrolling background for the start screen of my game. Now to be honest, I frankly forgot how I got the scrolling background working. I don't know, I just zoned out, typed on my keyboard and automatically it works. But regardless if I looked at a tutorial or not, I feel happy about it. But I might have to change the background because the loop doesn't look good. And before anyone asks, no, this is not a Zoom background that I borrowed from the internet. I have no idea what you're talking about. I actually did come up with a name for the game, but of course, just like my last game, I'm not going to show you for obvious reasons. But I'll at least show you at least one letter of the logo. Of course, both of these logos are beta logos, so most likely these logos will get changed in the final build. Now sure, even though I haven't did that much with this game than the last game, but I actually have a couple reasons why. One of the reasons why that I actually thought of just more stuff to implement in the Cube game than this game. 2, I'm actually trying to get better at making 3D models. I'll show you what I've been working on right now. I'm getting slowly better at it. And the last couple reasons, well, I'll explain more at the end of the video. But I will show you some ideas that I wrote down that I want to implement in this game, or at least in future games that I'm working on. And this is also somewhat my dream game, and I don't want to mess it up. I want to make this game as good as that game called Karlson. Wait a minute, hold up. You don't know what Karlson is? It's a little game Danny's been working on. It's currently the most... Wait a minute, hold on. Let me double check real quick. Let me just hold on. Oh yeah, it's currently the 19th most wishlisted game on Steam. So wishlist now, milkers. I mean gamers, so he can get the #1 spot. But seriously, Danny, where have you been? It's been literally almost 2 years since you last uploaded. It got to the point I've been watching other people that makes video games just to pass the time. And let's be honest. We already lost Brackies. We don't need to lose you. Okay. All jokes aside. Not really. I would say one of the hardest things about making games, well, besides coding them, is translating them. As you can clearly hear, I mainly speak English. So, because of that, I'm actually trying to learn multiple languages on Duolingo, specifically Spanish and Japanese. Y hablo español un poco. And it's been fun learning different languages so far. And even though I'm not as fluent in Japanese as Spanish, but I do know some words in Spanish like ni hao, nani, and omae mamos shindeyu. Now, if anyone that knows memes know exactly what I said. Wait, I just realized that some of those words can easily be Chinese. You know what? Forget I said anything. Also, this isn't the first time me actually learning a different language. I actually did have Spanish in high school. Now I will say that I didn't have the best grade. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I passed with a C.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Now before everyone clown me in the comments for my grade, some people in my high school actually failed choir, gym, and band. So y'all can say whatever y'all want about me about my C in Spanish. At least I passed Spanish class. Thank you very much. And you wanna know what's really funny? In my top 5 game dev video, I actually put a sombrero on my head and stuff like that. What makes it funny, during that time I was not learning Spanish. I actually started learning Spanish in 2023, specifically in March. So if you really think about it, I foreshadowed my own self. I know most of you guys probably do not care, but I find that funny. Shout out to the original voice actor of Dora the Explorer and the voice actor that plays Karlson. Now I know most of you guys grew up watching Dora, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys never watched Ni Hao Karlson. Now if you watched Ni Hao Karlson back in the day, you're a real one. But speaking of Dora, I actually do follow Mrs. Catherine Erling on Instagram. And if you don't know, she's the original voice actor of Dora. And I actually do comment on her stuff sometimes and she actually responds to me. Which I'm honestly surprised that she responds to me and other people as well, because I know she's busy, and 2, she's married and have kids, so that's why I was really surprised. Childhood me was so happy at that time. I actually asked her, can she please go to a fan convention in my state, because you know I am not spending a lot of money to go to New York and things like that. And she basically said she would love to, but she's too busy. Which didn't make childhood me cry in a way. I have no idea what you're talking about, but basically, let's move on. I also made Mrs. Catherine Erling the animation of her. Long story short, she didn't see it. Which didn't make childhood me cry. So yeah, even though I do know a lot of different groups of people like Asians, Assyrians, Muslim, Chaldeans, and etc. from high school, and I know some of you may be wondering, wait a minute, why don't you, I don't know, ask them? And that's a good question, because most people I know either A, are busy, or B, in the past didn't want to help me. So because of that, I'm just going to pull a Batman and learn Spanish and Japanese myself. Thank you very much. So yeah, I've been doing Duolingo for quite a while and I'm really proud of myself. And I feel like I'm going to be really good at speaking a different... Wait a minute, hold on. Why did everything just turn black?
Hi.
Oh snap,
Looks
Duo,
like you
please,
missed your Spanish
please
lesson
do not
today.
take my family, please do not. Actually, you can take my friends, some of them smell funny. But please do not take my family, I promise you I'll do my lesson. Please, please don't, it's always the
Now
green
beg for
bird.
your life in
It's
Spanish.
always the green bird. Hey guys, before I end this video, I want to say a couple things. Now, the company Unity actually announced some new rules during the making of this video. Now, to explain it in the most simplest of ways, basically, if your game gets a certain amount of downloads, you will have to pay Unity around, I believe, 5 or 20 cents per download. And that includes if someone uninstalled the game and re-downloaded it again. Now, this new rule will apply to any platform you port your game on. Now, due to the backlash, I heard Unity is planning on changing it the last time I checked. Now, of course, this new rule doesn't affect me, it affects everybody. That's why I said in the middle of my game dev video I was going to explain a little bit more. Now, I know Unity could change this new rule and things like that, but a lot of game developers are not taking any chances, to the point that some game developers I heard even removing their games before the year 2024 even happens. So, what does this mean for me at least? Personally, I don't know, because I don't want to spend 2 to 10 years making a game just for Unity to bankrupt me. Now, due to this announcement, this doesn't mean I'm going to stop making game dev videos or stop game development in general. Far from it. But don't be surprised if A, it takes a while for another game dev video to come out, and B, don't be surprised if I switch to a different game developer software to make games. This kind of really sucks in my opinion, because in some ways it kind of just feel like these past 2 or 3 years was for nothing, even though I know it wasn't for nothing. I learned a lot of stuff from these past 2 or 3 years. But it's just a change that everyone have to adapt to now. Now, regardless if I stick with the Unity game engine or just switch to a new game engine entirely, I'm really happy of the stuff I've been doing for the past couple of years. So yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of game dev videos. I've just been really busy with other projects and other things in my life. Again, nothing bad, it's just I've just been busy. And of course, with this announcement that just came up during the making of this video, Of course, that's another reason why I haven't been doing a lot of stuff with game development. But I do hope all y'all understand. Again, I really hope everyone enjoys the video, and I hope all who watch this have a blessed day. Bye bye!